Hello, everybody, and Celebrate You. This is Barbara Beckley, the co-founder of Celebrate You, one of the co-founders, and also my other brand, the Diamond Factor LLC, which is your purpose, passion, and drive, and how important it is in your life. Well, today is another Sharing Saturday interview. And I love doing these interviews because I just meet the most wonderful, wonderful women. And we have one today. And she looks so pretty. Can't you just see she looks so pretty? She got a beautiful smile, beautiful smile. So before we have a conversation, as I call it, with this wonderful lady, I need to tell you a little bit about her. And then she'll get more into what she's going to talk about for Sharing Saturday. So, a doctor, and I love this already. Dr. Chanda Nicole Hosley is a health education and maternity and child health specialist. She earned a bachelor's of arts in physiology where she graduated with honors at San Diego State University. She also received a master of public health and behavioral science and health education from the Rolling School of Public Health at Emory University in Atlanta, Georgia. Okay. And a doctor of public health in maternity and children health from the University of Alabama at Birmingham. Oh my God. Should I be interviewing this wonderful doctor? I feel so privileged right now. Additionally, Dr. Hosley is a certified asthma educator, AE-C. However, before any of her professional accomplishments, she was a Head Start kid. Head Start kid, excuse me. Head Start was designated to help break the cycle of poverty by providing preschool children of low-income families with a comprehensive program to meet their emotional, social, health, nutritional, and physiology needs. It worked for Dr. Hosley. In fact, she was honored by the Federal Head Start Bureau as one of the 11, okay, everybody, one of the 11 success stories of Head Start's 40th anniversary. Oh my God. Oh my God. Lady, you just, yeah, by reading this, I said, okay, I gotta go back to school now. I just have like one degree. You have like several. So yes, you need to give us everything right now. We only have 20 minutes, so with all this. So how are you doing? First of all, this is wonderful intro. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. I had a wonderful day. I just finished my Zumba class,
Ooh.
and yeah, so
So you're all energetic.
yeah, that's my happy place. So I'm great. I'm ready for this.
Awesome, awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, no problem. I mean, I love Zumba. If I think I can go at least 5 minutes before I feel like I'm about to, about to fall out, and then I just watch all the other people just doing it. I'd be like, yeah, I do a lot in my chair.
Well, actually, my instructor lets me lead a couple of his songs, so
Oh,
pretty good at it. I like it. Yeah.
yeah. When they put a for a jam on there, I'm like, okay, I can do this, I can do it, and then I sit back down. So I give you all the credit that you can stay doing that for a certain amount of time. But besides that, so we want to really get to know you, Miss. So with all that said, give us I gave you some of the background, but really we want to hear more of I know it was the children's, the foundation that you're doing. Give us a little bit more of that.
Yeah, I'll tell you about that. So, and I know Luana. I knew her when I lived in Atlanta, actually. And
Okay.
so I'm so excited about you guys' organization. It's really great. Thank you for allowing me to be a part of it. But I think what happened was on one of the posts I shared about my book. I've written 3 children's books, and they fall under my organization called Halo for Families. And so that I'm a small business owner, and that's my organization. And one of the things that I do is I provide resources and support for families in the public health arena. So you talked about some of my degrees. I have 2 degrees in public health and maternal child health doctorate. And so I really like to focus on families and children. And that's why in my bio I talk about Head Start, because I feel like that's a wonderful program that gave me a head start. Yeah. And it broke the cycle of poverty for my family. But now I just do things with my kids. We're able to afford more things, but I make sure that they do, are involved in things. Wow. And so regarding the book, I actually have a copy of it here.
Oh, yeah, bring it on. Let's see it. Oh, look at that. Wow.
Well, Mona wanted me to really focus on the things that I'm doing with military families, because we have a connection there. And so I'm a military spouse.
Okay.
My husband is active duty Navy. And when we first got married, we had 1 daughter. We now have 2. Okay. And he was really concerned about her not remembering him. Oh. And so, yeah. And so what happened was I took my health education background and I wrote a book about it. So,
yeah. It can help not just for your family, but for others. That's awesome.
Absolutely. And that was the purpose of it. It's called Savvy Sunshine. Will you remember Daddy when I'm out to sea? A salute to all Navy dads. And it talks about things that the mom and the child will do to make sure dad is not forgotten. Mm-hmm. And it really helps with that, filling in that void for those military deployments, because those long-term and short-term deployments are really difficult on families. So it helps with the mental health piece and just that educational piece. And so I go around to different schools and I'll read the book and I'll have engagement with students, and we'll talk about, we live in Jacksonville, so it's a large military community. Mm-hmm. So we'll talk about things to do during deployments and, where what you can get out of it. Like if you move to different places as a military family and meet new friends. And so just try to put a positive spin on it. So I do a lot of that. Yeah.
Wow. So do you see, like you said, being a military wife and then them being away for a while and then with having children, do you see your children, I mean, how do they act, and the ones that, you've been talking to, what kind of response have you been, receiving from them?
Yes, I get a great response. First, I think they're like really excited to meet a real life author. Like, oh my gosh, you wrote the book.
Oh my gosh, we got an author.
Yeah, that's my name.
So they got to go through that part first. That's awesome.
Yes. And so, I mean, like I said, I just have an affinity for kids. So we just connect really easily. And some are not military and then some are. So we'll talk about different things like that. And, just talk about being kind. People are different. People are new, embracing them. So it's just a way to just spread some love and spread some joy and allow the kids to kind of engage and interact. And then it also teaches them that they too can be an author, or an illustrator, because a lot of them are learning about books and the parts of a book and everything. So I just kind of tie it all together.
See, now that's what I love. Chanda, that's what I love when you said that they can see, because you're giving them hope. I say hope because a lot of times some children, when they're younger, they don't know if they can do certain things, or, they might be discouraged. But you come in there being an author, and then everything else I read about you, having degrees, and they're like, wow, I can do what she does.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's how, and I like to go into my kids' room, especially, because they know me as Miss Chanda or Mrs. Hostley, but then when I come and they see the doctor, they're like, oh my gosh, you're a doctor, So, it's just really nice. It's really nice for them to see a female African-American woman doing things. And I really like that.
Well, you're an awesome, like I said, leader, and you're inspirational. And I want you to always remember that, because you are. You stand tall in what you're doing because you have accomplished so much. And we need to see more of that so people can know, look, you can do this. You can do this just like everybody else. It's not just a one-time thing. So I'm glad that you represent that you represent one of the powerful women that are out there just doing their thing. So that's awesome. Now I want to ask you, now I know you said a little bit earlier, we were reading about how, you kind of started off in what you're doing as far as, advocating and everything, but what really made you kind of just start to think about, having, just going for that degree for making sure with the children and being an advocate? I mean, did it start real young when you were real young to say, I really want to do something like this?
Yes, I think that it did. So I mentioned too that I'm a certified asthma educator. So I'll talk about that for a little bit, because growing up, I had a best friend. Her name is Adrian. We don't talk anymore, but we were really close back then, and she had severe asthma. She missed a lot of days of school. And I think somehow that just kind of imprinted on me. So when I knew that I always knew that I wanted to go to college, because my mom instilled that in us. Her thing was, you needed to get an education, and I believe that. And so then I went to college, and then I moved to Atlanta, and I met someone in the public health field, and I really didn't know much about it, but once I started learning, I said, that is so me, because I'm one of these people, I want to save the world,
I know the feeling. We're in the same boat.
Yeah, I get energized from that. I just feel like there's always somebody that can do some help. So I thought about, me being a Head Start kid. That's a public health initiative, that I benefited from. And so I got into the public health arena, and then my first job was doing an asthma education program. And subsequent jobs came after that. And so I always did things in pediatric asthma, either asthma research, education. At one time, I even ran a overnight asthma camp, a 7-day camp for kids with asthma ages 6 through 16. And it was so interesting. I was young, and the parents would see me, and they're like, "You're the director?" And I'm like, "Yes, I'm the director."
We're like, wait a minute.
So I think it was just things just happen organically. So I think like my affinity for asthma kind of came from watching my childhood friends suffer with that, and I really wanted to do something about it. But I always loved kids. I always knew I would want to do something with them, and so that's why I pursued the degree in maternal and child health.
That is so awesome, Chanda, because children, and nowadays they need a lot of people that's with them, and that's really moving them in a positive realm and just being there for them and knowing that they care. So you have, I mean, I could just tell, just us talking, you just have that wonderful, loving, caring attitude. And you, like you said, you up for the challenge. You're like, hey, I just want to save the world. I know what you mean, because I'd be the same way. I'm like, I just want everybody just to come together, and we all just work together. And then somebody tells me, okay, Barbara, calm down.
Yeah.
So me and you, we got that, yeah. So I totally get it. And you resonate with me too with your friend having asthma, because I have asthma. It's not really severe. I mean, it's not as severe as probably your friend was, but I've been having it since I've been born. And I know the struggles where, days where it's just like just the change of the weather alone is not a friend of mine. It's not a friend of mine at all. Just the other few days ago, I had to use my inhaler more than I usually do. So I get it. And I'm so glad that you took that on to help others. And then having an asthma camp, then I was like, oh, I wish I was in your camp.
It was really fun.
I miss all the good stuff. And I would have loved to be in that camp.
One of the highlights of one of the highlights of my professional career, there's a national organization called the Association of Asthma Educators.
Okay.
And I actually made it to be the president of that organization. Yes.
Another.
I started off as a board member, and did some committee work, and moved up to VP, and then I was the president. I was so excited about that.
Oh my God!
American woman, I think only.
Oh, you were the first?
The first and only as of now. So I'm really excited about that. But One of my greatest accomplishments was at the time when I came in, there were a lot of clinicians, so more nurses, respiratory therapists, that kind of professional, and not really focused on the community aspect. And so, one of the things in one of our board meetings, I remember it so clearly. I asked, I said, asthma really disproportionately impacts the underserved and those in the community and those of needs. Is there a way that we can do something, like when we have our conferences, can we do something in concert with the community to do, to leave something for them, to do something directly with the community members? Yes. And they thought it was a great idea. And so we implemented a community service project in conjunction with our national meetings. And that's like one of my greatest accomplishments, so I was really excited about that.
Out of all of your other many accomplishments that you have, lady. You just put a smile on my face, because it's just to see that you are just going for it, and you're just, like you said, education is very important. That was instilled in you, and you can tell, because you just been like, and then caring for the children, being an advocate for them, being on the director's board, being the first person with the asthma. Oh my God, I could talk to you all day. We need to do like a second part of this. Well, I really love talking to you today, and I'm glad that you shared all the accomplishments and everything that you do, and that you care about, and you could tell the passion in you. So everybody, please, we're going to make sure we put the doctor, we're going to put her information up for you, so you can, know more about what she's doing and get involved. I mean, I know there's probably a place that maybe people can volunteer or get more information about Halos for Families and understand more of it. So this is your lady right here to tell you that. But what I want to ask from you is, just before we sign off, just give just like a 30-second, just some words of wisdom from you, or just give some words that people can kind of just really think about before we go.
Well, this has become my mantra in my household. Actually, I tell my daughters, soar with the eagles, because I just tell them, just elevate, just fly, and lift people as you elevate. So that's one of my sayings that I say to them. One of the statements that I've coined is, have a 3P day: peaceful, productive, and prosperous. So there's just, little things that I say and that I live and that I emulate. And I think that it's important, because I love kids. I'm a mother, and then I also volunteer with kids. But it's important for them to want to imitate you. So what are you doing, that they would want to imitate in the good times and in the bad times, Sometimes my kids will see me driving and somebody may do something crazy, but I don't go off or whatnot. I might laugh or something, but I know that, they're going to take that kind of temperament with them as they adult, as they age. And so I just feel like we all have goals. We all have things that we wish to accomplish. And life is very precious and finite. And so I feel like you should just go for it. My personal hashtag for myself is vibrant life, hashtag vibrant life. And so I just, and that's just the way that I live. And I just feel like people should do that, live vibrantly, live fulfilled, be fulfilled, and follow your passions.
Love it. Yeah. I love it. There's nothing else I can say. You just, I need to just be quiet and say, okay, everybody, please, you see how passionate this lady is. And I just want to thank you again so much for coming on Sharing Saturday. And remember to reach out to these wonderful ladies. I call the women queens. I call you guys queens. You're royalty to me. So just please reach out to this lady. And she has so much to give. You see, she's a heart of gold, and we just want to make sure that we celebrate her as we do in the Celebrate You group. And again, next time we will have another interviewee to talk about on Sharing Saturdays. But we also want to end by always remembering to embrace yourself, love yourself, but always, always celebrate you. Bye.
Thank you so much.